Good morning everyone. I hope you're doing well. Today we are going to play with some of my favorite colors. So let me just show you Cobalt Violet Deep, Imperial Purple, Quin Magenta, Cobalt Blue Violet, MoonGlow, and Lavender. You might remember last week I was doing a lot of onions like this, and some of us were asking some of the colors that I use. So today I thought I would show you what you can do with the purples that you have, so that you can start to create, objects and subjects that have a lot more form and texture. And all these colors are from Daniel Smith. So let's go. I'm not sure whether purple is your favorite color, but it's certainly one of mine. I'll start with my all-time favorite, which is Cobalt Blue Violet. So this is a cooler looking bluish purple color. So let's go. Just gonna wet the paper first, and then I'm gonna just lightly touch, and you can see the color dispersing. It's highly granulating. So this is Cobalt Blue Violet. Now what I like about it is, I'm not sure whether you can start to see that it is starting to separate. You'll start to see a little bit of that red and that blue. And it will look slightly different as well when it starts to dry up as well. Now on to my next favorite, Imperial Purple. So I'll just show you the color and then see what you think. You probably can see that it tends to the red spectrum. And what I like about it, again, it is a multi-pigment paint, so you can see again it's separating into the blues and the reds quite beautifully. So this is Imperial Purple. So I can see why it's called Imperial, because I think it reminds us of, royal colors. Next will be Cobalt Violet Deep. So this was what I used last week when I was doing all the onions. Let's see the difference. So all the cobalt colors tend to granulate quite beautifully. So that's why I like them a lot. Okay, so water, and then let's see how much it moves. So I'm not getting a lot of movement from the paint today, so maybe a little bit more, but you can start to see the granulation happening. So Cobalt Violet Deep. It's kind of cooler than, no, it's kind of warmer rather than Cobalt Blue Violet, but it's not as red and warm as Imperial Purple. You can start to see the granulations. And this is Cobalt Violet Deep. I'd like to show you Quin Magenta. I haven't used this color for a while. You can see how the gum arabic and the pigments have separated slightly, but it's okay. Getting clean water. So let's watch the color. Wow. It's beautiful, isn't it? You can see the intensity. So most of the Quin colors don't granulate as much because the particles are a lot finer. So this is Quin Magenta. So do remember that the colors will dry about 20% lighter. Sometimes the color will shift ever so slightly, you know, and you can see how the Imperial Purple is going to look quite different from when I first laid it down. So do bear that in mind. Another favorite of many people and mine is MoonGlow. So let's see MoonGlow. So if you're curious, I'm testing all the colors on a Moleskine watercolor paper or Moleskine watercolor sketchbook. It's one of my favorite sketchbook, and the paper is fantastic for trying out colors and looking at texture. So this is MoonGlow, which a lot of us are very familiar with. Again, it's a multi-pigment color created by Daniel Smith. So by multi-pigment, we're talking about, you know, the color containing at least 2 to 3 different pigment, and they will start to sink and flow and separate as it dries. So this is MoonGlow. So these are 5 of the purple colors I have. Of course, I've got more which I'm not going to do in this demonstration. If I were to hold it up closer to the camera, I hope you can start to see. It helps also if you were to just jiggle the paper ever so slightly to assist the particles to move. So you can see how you can do the onions from a variety of all these purples so that you get, you know, the variations that you see in the physical onion. So let's see, maybe I can show you a little onion here. So we shall start. Let's start with a bit of the Cobalt Violet. The color has been unused for a while, so that's why I need to get it wet and juicy before I apply it. So let's try this little onion here. So I'm going straight in with the paint, just to get a suggestion of the underside of the onion. let's add in a little bit of the Cobalt Blue Violet that you saw earlier, so that I have a bit of a variation. Yeah. And what I like to do now is to go in with the complementary color. Which can be the opposite of purple is yellow, or a dirty yellow like a light brown. That's gonna work as well. Right, so now what you can do is to pick up your pencil and start to suggest and refine the onion. And some of us might be wondering, hey, the onion is a little reddish, so why don't we go ahead and see if we can suggest a bit of that nice deep red. I think we need a bit more violet as well. So I'm going to talk about color dissonance, so you understand how I'm mixing it and selecting the color as well. So stay tuned for that. You can also use, I like to use a sharpen edge of the end of the brush so that I can do a bit of scratching. And that scratching will be quite useful for the roots that are sticking out a little bit. A little bit of splatter. Let me just pluck in a bit of dark on this side. It's working quite wet, so it's going to help the colors blend into each other more nicely, easily. I hope you enjoyed my demonstration today and introducing you to some of my favorite purples. So have fun, have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you very soon.